done.
It's done.
All Things Paranormal.
Yeah, brought to you from the Paranormal Science Center of Buena.
That's right. Once again, we're back for our weekly time. I was going to say a show, but you can't really call this a show.
No, well, I mean, it is a show of something.
So, we're just here talking.
Yeah, but it was, as always, y'all bear with us on the sucky internet service that we have up here in Buena, Texas.
And when it sucks, it
sucks bad.
Bad. So, today we're going to be discussing one of our favorite subjects.
My favorite subject.
Yeah. The big feet.
That's right.
He got two. Yeah, he got two. That's why you got to say big feet. I don't know why they say Bigfoot. You know, even I, a speaker of Hick, understand that somebody has 2 feet unless he's got amputated.
Well, they might be walking around with a peg.
You don't say, yeah, well, Bigfoot's not going to have no peg.
Well, you don't know that. I might be reading why you only see one print, and then...
So we got a whole slew of Bigfoot running around there with only 1 foot.
No, he'd be hopping.
He'd be hopping.
He's hopping on 1 foot.
So we got a big-legged Bigfoot.
Somewhere. I mean, maybe.
All over the place.
Never know.
So anyway, hey, show them your cast here.
Oh, okay. Well, that kind of leads. Put us on a commercial, then we can stay straight into it.
It's time for me to call All Things Paranormal.
And you too can have your own All Things Paranormal ghost detection refrigerator magnet. Patent pending. Now when a ghost gets up there and sees it and throws it on the floor, pick it up and look at it and call the number that's on the card and say, hey, All Things Paranormal, I've got a ghost. Now in order to get one of them, you got to take it and submit a story for story time, and we'll take it and mail it to you and make sure that we get your address and phone number.
You know, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors, us. So anyway, and we do. We fork out tremendously.
A lot of money. Hey, before we really get started, I want y'all to remember from our last show, we talked about the Holy Spirit board. Man, that's just a wolf in sheep's clothing. Y'all pass it along. Don't buy that for your friends and family or whatever for Christmas or whatever. You don't need that to speak to God. I'm telling you. That's just another form of a Ouija board. Yeah.
And it can open up a whole can. You don't have a picture of that, do you?
No, I didn't have it this time. But
you left it on there. We'll leave it on there for next time.
Yeah, I'm going to put it up next time.
That way you can show everybody again. Do not buy the Holy Spirit board.
Well, I mean, if you want to buy it, I mean, we ain't going to say don't buy it. I'm just saying don't give it to your kids to play with to talk to God.
But if you do, record it.
And something happens,
record it.
Send it to us.
Yeah. You know, we might have to show up over there and see what we can do about it.
Yeah.
So, in the beginning of about 1958, on September 21st, is the beginning,
wow.
You had this dude by the name of Andrew Genzoli. He's a newspaper guy, and you know back then, you know you didn't have the internet and all that kind of stuff going on. So this dude got over here. He's like, man, you know everybody's talking about all these feet running around, big giant feet at the logging camps and at the wherever it is out in the woods and stuff like that. And this would make one hell of a Halloween or September style because it's going into October style story. So he did it basically as more or less like, you know, a spoof. Hey, look, this is going to be, you know, something that we got the feet running around everywhere. You know, wouldn't it be something if all of a sudden all these feet and everything is some type of kin to the abominable snowman?
So, yeah, didn't he go up on like the Alps or somewhere?
I don't know if he went up there, but anyway, he did that story just more or less just kind of just, hey, look, here it is. You know, kind of more of a joking type story, you know, a fun read story. And all of a sudden, everybody's sitting over here going, well, shit, I think he's right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that thing's been around since Everest. I mean, everybody climbing up there. The Buddhist monks have the hand and everything else.
Yeah. Everybody knows about the Bigfoot. But the loggers out there know that, hey, they're getting their camps tore up. And back then, you didn't cut down trees with a power saw.
Yeah,
you got this thing,
big old handsaw.
Yeah, and these dudes were big, and they understood that, hey, look, there's some shit happening out
There's
here.
something bigger than us.
Yeah, and the loggers knew about it. The Native Americans knew about it when they were talking about their, the Sasquatch or the whatever they want to call them, depending on each different tribe has got its own different name for it. They knew it was there. It just seemed like everybody else, like, all of a sudden put two and two together when this article come out.
Yeah, I think that, they got different names for it. You got Bakwa, like up there in Alaska.
Yep.
You got the Shuka, which is down towards, like, the African type area. I ain't never, seen a Shuka, but
I knew. But
we haven't had experiences with Bigfoot.
Since then, they've had several different things published a long time ago. 1972, this is roughly about less than 20 years later, Legend of Boggy Creek.
And
over in Folk, Arkansas.
Yeah, Folk, Arkansas.
We did a whole show over it down there. We actually seen Boggy Creek. I think, you got any water?
No.
I still had some, but I still got some on the shelf.
Had some Boggy Creek water.
Boggy Creek water. It's a little name thing. You pay $4.95 for it.
And that's when all the damn jackasses snuck up on us and scared the shit out of us.
Yeah, and we were sitting over there trying to chase them down all night long, and there was a bunch of asses running around.
Yeah.
Over here just sneaking up on us. We couldn't ever get a good picture of it, but we got better imaging now than we have years ago. Let me tell you something. When we first started out, we had this little tape recorder, and then it's progressed a little old video camera, and now it's progressed down to,
not much bigger than a cell phone.
Do pretty much everything like that.
Yeah.
We got thermal. So, and then one of the biggest things that kind of put two and two together with it, and actually just made a huge turnaround in the Bigfoot hunting.
That ain't when old Lee Majors on the $6 million man thrown down with it, is it?
They're thrown down with the Andre the Giant? No,
it was. No, okay. That wasn't what made Bigfoot big?
No. And then actually he was kind of a puss because old Andre the Giant kind of threw him around a little bit, and he was whining about it. But anyway, he didn't mean to. He's just a big dude. But anyway,
you'd have thought that all that $6 million stuff
didn't help you out. No. So in 1967, you come out with a Patterson-Gimli film.
Oh yeah.
Now these dudes right here,
they specifically.
Yeah, they spent a whole summer chasing down on horses out in the middle of the woods, and they've had tracks. Show them some tracks.
Show them the clip real quick.
Oh,
so take a look at this clip.
This is the film that they caught.
Yeah, there's only a piece of it. So this is actually the Patterson-Gimli thing.
So they've had scientists look at it, filmmakers look at it, everybody look at it.
Now you got to think, this is back in the 60s. The video quality wasn't the greatest there was. But I mean, it just kind of digitally enhanced a little bit there. But man, had to have people like that made the suits, like for acting and film and all that stuff. They said, man, back then, they didn't have anything that they could fit on stretch material or anything like that. They didn't have that.
They've had some people that come up there and said, "Oh, well, he said this is."
I wrote it.
Some people come up there and said, "Oh, they said, oh, that was a hoax, everything like that." Well, on a dying deathbed confession, they come out and says, "Man, this is some true shit.
That's real." So after they got up there and they seen that, they filmed it because everything's all jerky and stuff. And the reason why it's all jerky is he was on a horse, but he jumped off and he took off running up there with the camera trying to film it with a camera that is this big.
We talking, 58 millimeters or whatever it was.
And trying to get close to it. And man, you can actually, if you really zoom in on it and stuff, you can see the muscle stretch and stuff like that.
You can look at it.
And now this is a copy. This ain't the original, but this is a copy of the footprint that they found.
Look here, stick it up right up there.
I don't want your nasty ass feet, dude. You have to go higher than that.
God damn, I can't get my feet up there.
All right, so we're gonna show. That's it right there. You can see the toes. All right, and you can see the thing, the feet, the foot. This is gonna be of a left foot. that they got. And the reason why, because it's backwards. And this is my hand. So you can see the difference in the, and I got a big ass hand. So, this is, so
they've got multiple molds of this.
That's right. So now what makes this different than a lot of the other ones that you see, of the footprint and stuff, is that like made different from like, where bears and stuff, bears would have like little toenail type things here, and you'll see a big indentation right here where like they're stepping over. Well, this is not the case. This is a footprint. That's huge.
Right.
And you can see how deep the toes are. On hard ground, that is inches. I mean, that's an inch.
So
deep.
From the scientific testing of it and everything, it would have to weigh somewhere around 800 pounds. So
yeah, I had some of them that go from like 6 to 8. You know, so they're not. Now, also the last video that I seen, they actually went through and like digitally measured up from the Bigfoot, from him, and then that little the broke down tree. They measured it out and stuff, and he ended up being something like 7'3".
7'3".
Yeah.
Could have been Andre the Giant. He was 7'4".
But that's a big thing, you walking around out there in the...
So anyway, the original talking with the Andrew Gimmicked, the actual picture that was posted in the newspaper to just kind of was a spoof is an actual picture of a foot. You said somebody took a picture of it, a mold of the foot that he used for the newspaper article. So it's similar to this right here from the Patterson-Gimlin film. So there's a lot of stuff that's happened in that process. From Boggy Creek to that,
and as everybody knows, you know, the northern part of California and all that, it seems like in Washington, like a big area and stuff. But man, that's also been down here in Texas too. That north part, or northeast Texas,
yeah.
You know, like toward Tyler, all that stuff. So I mean, even down where we're at.
Yeah. And some of the stuff that we've had, why did we put that picture of that foot that we had footprint on the last hunt we went out? So
that's because we posted the last video we talked about it.
So anyway, we had
y'all go back and look at some of our other videos. We got some pictures of her.
So we were out in the woods. This has been several months ago, and we were looking at more than several months ago. It's been several months ago, and we were looking, and we're like, "Hey, look, here's a foot." So we was going to go footprint. So we're going to go set up. This is going to be our hunt, and something happened. I think you got COVID or something.
Yeah. Now it wasn't just a single footprint.
No,
it is a trail of footprints.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between.
So we got pictures of that. We posted it in back. So we went back to where we was at, and in that particular area, they had just started clear cutting. So we got pictures of all those prints and everything. And when we went back out there, they were still doing some clear cutting, but it wasn't exactly. It was pretty much gone. We didn't even see a deer.
Yeah, it was the wildlife had moved off and stuff like that.
I think we got some pictures of some eyes, but I think it was raccoons or something. And because they was on the ground.
Yeah.
And so, excuse me. So that brings up to the thing where you find a Bigfoot.
Well, in our personal theory, it's around water and food source.
So we always had the philosophy that, hey, look, Bigfoot is traveling up and down the Sabine River.
Yes.
And going up north, even up to the little areas that break off of it, because you got to have water.
If you're 700 pounds, you're gonna be drinking some water.
Yeah. You're gonna be drinking some water, and you're gonna be eating some groceries. So in that particular areas, we've always tried to keep close. When we was over in checking out our spot in Louisiana to go Bigfoot hunting, and in that particular area, it was water, food source. You got to have protein. You know, you can't live on, you know, if you're 700, 800 pounds, you're not going to be able to live on 900, 1,000 pine cones.
Yeah.
You've got to have, you got to have some sort of major sustainable groceries, like some pigs, deer, small animals, rodents, whatever.
Even if you're going to be like a vegetarian or whatever, man, you would need a huge amount.
You know, I spent a lot of times in the woods, and I guarantee you, if I go out and live just on the vegetation, I will be skinny.
Yeah, and walking and all that just burns all that stuff up. So you need something that's going to stick with you.
Yeah, so anyway, so where do you find a Bigfoot? Well, we got some stuff going on right now that's probably going to increase our Bigfoot sightings in certain areas.
Yeah, so that means all you All Things Paranormal fans that want to go hunt, here's your chance.
Here is the locations where you need to start looking. So, we'll throw this up here. This right here is a map of all the active fires going on right now. If you take a look on where we're at, you can see some black dots. There's some going on up there. Now, everything's going to move because we've got fires going off to the left side, fires going off to the right. They're either going to move down towards, towards the Houston area. Houston, I know they've had stuff over at the Houston, what's that, just north of Houston at that Conroe.
Oh, at that Angelina, no, it ain't Angelina, it's San Jacinto?
Some national forest just north of it. I can't remember the name of it. I know they've had some sightings there. So if you look at the map sightings where the fires are, there's no fires there. Now if you look north of past up around Tyler.
Yeah.
Tyler up north to like Louisiana, up towards north Louisiana, north Texarkana or Arkansas. So look up in that area is heavily wooded, and
whenever you got fire, it's going to run everything out of that area. So you got to keep your eyes open for stuff that's moving. I mean, they're going to follow the food source, and they're going to get away from fire. That's one thing that everything's scared of is fire. So it's going to be moving out of there. So be prepared in them areas to look.
Get you a mount. Get you a mount for your cell phone.
Huh? Go back on the video.
Oh.
So if you're out in the woods roaming around or whatever, film. Because here's the chance that it's a good possibility that you're going to see. And for instance, back in Washington, whenever they had the Mount St. Helens or whatever blew up, and all that, man, they was having Bigfoot coming down off of mountains and stuff, and they was having people filming that thing left and right, all over the place. So you got to get prepared because they're going to be on the move.
There's going to be sightings everywhere. Get you a mount your camera up to your windshield.
Yeah.
Start filming as you're driving, not just, any kind of stuff.
In places that you wouldn't think.
Yeah. If you're heading out towards the woods, start filming. These wildfires are going to have stuff turned up so fast.
That's right. And if anything, you get to see more wildlife.
That's right. So, there's Bigfoot happenings all over the place. You got stuff from Independence Day Bigfoot from...
Well, you got Bigfoot everywhere. They
didn't post a location on that. But let's go to Provo Canyon. Provo Canyon's over in Springville, Utah. Now, what makes that different is they had from this canyon, several different times people posted Bigfoot pictures. Now, these people don't know each other. These people don't know what's going on. But in this one canyon, it's up in Utah. So if you're up in Utah, start looking around over at that canyon. Several different areas of that canyon. It's a big canyon, but of different sightings and roughly around the same time period.
Yeah. So look for. So when you're out in the woods and looking, show them a tree break. That way they can see what it is. Hold on, it's sideways. Never mind, but you can still see it. But you see this where it broke off? That's probably 8 foot up. So look for like tree with nothing around it and just broke off in trails. Something that big is going to have a trail. So you got to kind of look for breaks like that, and that's actually here local. So where we'd actually spotted some or had some activity before, but so look for tree breaks, look for woven tree signs or tree things. Look for footprints.
Look for something hauling ass.
Yeah, look for stuff moving. Now you're not gonna see a lot of footprints, because it's so dry. The ground is so hard.
It's dry as popcorn fart, man.
I mean, it's bad. So look for you gotta look for other stuff. Like shelters, and look at the trees where trees are just like the limbs are ripped off and stuff like that, and they're moving.
If something took a shit the size of Dumbo elephants.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably not a raccoon.
That's right. Yeah. And watch for bears too, because bears are gonna be out.
Yeah, bears gonna be running around because if Bigfoot's running, bears are running too.
Yeah.
So, and they think, well, you don't have any bears. You got bears down here. We sure do. We see them.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's pretty much about it.
Yeah.
But if you're going northeast Texas, all up to the top of Louisiana, around Shreveport, Arkansas, stuff like that, man, throw you a camera. Even throw you a camera behind you.
And then what's the next thing you need to do?
Send it to us.
Send it to us.
That way we can show the film. And guess what? If you send us a film of your Bigfoot, we will give you an All Things Paranormal ghost hunting magnet.
That's right. The original, one and only.
One and only.
You can't just buy these.
Now I do have several Bigfoot little stickers and stuff like that too that goes on your vehicles. I can send you some of those too
if you need a Bigfoot. But go out looking, go and help us out. That way we can spot them. Because if you ever get a good film of them or a good picture of them and stuff, then we'll take it and go out there with all the stuff we can and take a big picture of them.
You know how when we go, we don't just bring one. We probably bring more than what we should have.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But we like to bring everything just in case
you need something.
We have to use something.
Yeah.
Our Bigfoot hunt could turn into a ghost hunt.
That's right. Man, the last time we was out Bigfoot hunting, we just find some stuff in the woods, like some witchcraft.
Oh yeah, something hanging up there, like people over here messing with it.
Yeah, like some witchcraft crap. So it was bad.
It was pretty cool looking.
Yeah, it was cool. It wasn't cool at night, but it's cool, during the day.
But anyway, so this is John.
This is Don, brought to you Paranormal Science Center in Bunin.
All Things
Paranormal.
Paranormal.